More of the same at this site. Oh, they are strong. For the 2nd of May. Too strong, really. And nasty. Damn nasty with it. Oh, I'll get the pepper in today. Anyway. The sooner I can get finished and get away, the better. Some days. Some really fit bees on here. I mean, I've over-supered them. Don't take too much notice of the number of boxes in total, but those where I've done a vertical split, there were 8, 9 and 10 frames of brood. I brewed in 8, 9 and 10 frames, and a lot of them full, absolutely full of brood. Not just a little patch. Triple layer, not so good. That one I shook bees into it and added a comb of brood to it. Those two are only weak. There's a one behind here is queenless. I have one hive left to check. If I can find the queen, I'll put some brood and bees in there. Otherwise, I'll use one of these top splits to restock them. And I'm doing one here. I'm completely out of empty hives now. The bait hives, these stocking hives, they've all used all them up. And I've just gone through this one. It's another 8 frames, fairly full frames of brood. The box is in a bad way. It's actually got no number on, so it was obviously a split last year of some sort. It's in a poor box, and the comb isn't the best, so I'm going to stick a box of foundation and comb straight over here, let them come up and dry it, and then do a sort of Bailey comb exchange on them, and get some fresh comb and a fresh box over there. Yeah. That looks to be a poor one. That's still to check, and the last one there. And I'll be only too glad to finish here and go home. Oh, been a fair hard day with them. And they're angry, really angry. If anything, they're easing back a little bit now. I mean, it's warm enough for them to fly. There doesn't seem any pollen coming in or any nectar. I've never known bees so angry early in May. 2nd of May, usually you deal with them almost without any bee suit on, but God, you couldn't these today. They have been bloody tetchy. Anyway, I'll get this one done, check that last big one and that little one, and then call it a day. I'm at this wet site yet again. Some barred soapers in and some bait hives. Yeah, the most remarkable thing here though is it's about 11:30 in the morning. It's plenty warm enough. And there's hardly a bee flying. And there'll be, I think 100, 120 acres of oilseed rape around these bees. That 71's just starting to move a bit now. And it was like this yesterday when I worked at that site of Lancelot's, the 22, I had quite a stinging, and they were very strong colonies. And they weren't foraging at all day. There's something going on. One there, 52, just got a bit of pollen on. I don't know. I can't explain this really. I mean, we had a drop of rain this morning, but the lack of action is concerning, really. This is the 3rd hive on this site. I'm checking. The first one was a drone layer. Second one had 10 frames of brood. So I did a vertical split using the hive that was a drone layer, shook them out. And here we have another drone layer. Nothing but drone brood. Not a bad little stock other than that. Probably 4 or 5 frames of bees, but too much else to sort out today. I'm just going to leave them as they are. Deal with them next time I'm here. But yeah, I've checked 2 drone layers. I'm over halfway through checking them, and I haven't, they're very late when I first checked, I haven't found a single drone layer or queenless one until now. And then I've had 2 in 3 hives. Just a good glance at these now. 10 frames of brood. So using these 10 frames of brood. So I'm going to do one of the vertical splits. Got one of the bait hives here, well, the brood box of a bait hive. I do it so that the frames go in the same way facing the front. And I find it easiest to take the end 3 frames out, well, comb, foundation comb, some of the bait hives have more comb in than that. It's just how it works out. Then I shove them all across. Then shake the bees off. Into there, in the same order. Easier once you get one comb or two out. More room. Don't need to get every bee off, just I want to make sure I haven't got the queen. And then start taking them out of there. This one was here. I need to go back in here in the same order. When I've freshly made these bait hives, it doesn't really matter that so much. Just comb and then a foundation. Clean up there, nothing in it. It's also a great opportunity to really, once those bees are shook off, you really have a good look at the brood and just make sure there's no nothing untoward. Talking the FBs and not Facebook. Two foul broods, of course. Healthy. It's not very warm again, honestly. These are nice and placid, but I don't stop to just exploded on me. And I think it's poor weather, lack of forage. It's been a cruel spring for them. Cruel spring, yeah. So yeah, right, so they've all got brooding. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 10 frames of brood. This last one just has the stars in it, so that can stay. Anyway, yeah. Put the nectar in there, so they're getting a bit, these. Almost feels like it's a bit early to be doing that with this colony really. Maybe they could have done with another week, but the trouble is I can't guarantee to be in another week. I have to be doing a few stocks of these. Take a bit of getting round. As I watch this back, I realise that the dummy board in the box nearest to us should be on the right hand side, helping to insulate that frame of brood that was put in first. Bit of a mistake. Temporarily. We'll reassemble this hive. Escape all at the front for drones to get out. Not massively strong in the top of there. As I say, it just feels as though it's a bit early to be doing this, but I think if I leave them, if I don't get back for a couple of weeks, it'll be too late. I will be back in 10 days to sort the vertical splits, but may not have time to sort the rest of the hives. Top of there. It's all the brood in there at the top. And more back over. Bit of a botch up, but it got me through today. Big hole in the smoker bellows, so I don't know if that's repairable or not. I usually carry spare bellows, but anyway, fortunately I don't have a spare smoker, so So I'll use that. Yeah. Any bright ideas on how that can be mended? To get that one back into action. With its new set of bells on. I've inadvertently left these wet soapers uncoloured. Bees are interested in them. That's telling me one thing above all else. There's no nectar flow. Nothing going on. Bees start robbing it. And they start sniffing around boxes like this. It's a fairly sure sign there's nothing doing in the field. This is one of those farms where they've stopped growing the oilseed rape. Whether that's anything to do with it or not, I don't know. When the stickiness gets too much, add blue container. Marvellous. Hawthorn. Bees are on it. Mayflower, also known as, when it's in flower. It's sort of become increasingly important over the last few years. And this is actually a brush. This is actually a hawthorn bush. It's not part of a hedge really. It's on the edge of a field. But with less and less hedge cutting, or at least cutting the hedges only every other year, we're getting more and more of it in flower. Some bees working it there. I don't know whether you can pick that up or not. Can't see a lot for the sunshine. I just hope we're getting some of it. That one's got pollen on its back legs. Yeah, May, it's a month of vast potential, sometimes not realised. Where I am at the moment, this is one of the farms that isn't growing oilseed rape. I've just been through the bees and they are all late. They haven't got very much on at all. I know the weather hasn't been great. Don't quite know where we're heading with it all now. Well, I never did, to be honest, but this won't make up for the missing oilseed rape, but it'll help. Top split I've just done on that one. Bees hanging out. The biggest problem with doing this, they all bunch up and crawl around the outside of the hive. So they will settle back down. Gap left for drones to get out. We need to tighten up a bit, it's a bit big that. This is one of those where I used the brood box of an empty hive, a bait hive. Just put it on top of the brood box. Last time I was here there was 10 frames in that of brood in that bottom box. 10 out of the 11 had brood in them, so I had to do something. So I'm now going to try and do a proper top split. I'm hoping I can find the queens, probably in the top box. It saves shaking a lot of bees, especially with colonies. There's plenty of smoke at the bottom. I'll encourage them up. With the strimmer. Fair chance she'll be in the top box. Bit of weight in there, there's probably a bit of honey in there. One thing I will just check is the queen cells underneath there. No, there's nothing there. No queen cells in there. It's often a place it's trying to swarm where they'll build them. Right, we'll look through here and see if we can find the queen. Saves a lot of hassle if we can. Sheet of foundation, drawn that out, filled it with nectar. The only thing is a bit clogged up, this box. Pollen, lots of pollen, queen cups there. Nothing in them. size that must be brood. Yeah. Loads of eggs and larvae there. So where is she? Forced to be in the top box of course, she could be anywhere. But clogged with pollen, there is eggs and larvae around about. Even doing this manipulation, these are so strong and this box is so bunged up, I'll probably have to do them again. I'll come to take the top split off. I'm hoping by putting this box on the bottom and lifting the existing bottom box, the current bottom box right up, they'll clear a lot of the nectar and so forth out of here and make a bit more room. That's the idea. They're not far off getting ready to go, these are. Some of the strongest bees I have on this site. It's been one of them years, you can almost say a certain site's going to have strong colonies on, another site is going to be a bit weaker. As often as not when I'm looking for queens, she's on the last frame I pick out. It's as though I chase her across somehow. There she is. I wasn't the last frame, but it's dead queen. So at least we know where she is. So now we know she's in that box. Put this one on the bottom, and that saves me having to shake all the bees off here to ensure the queen's in there. We know she's in there, job done. Right, because these colonies are so powerful, I'm going to lift that entire hive, floor and the lot, out the way, put a fresh floor down and that onto it. Fresh floor on. This is what was the top brood box. 77. Onto the floor, they're heavy. They're so bunged up, this is going to fit the object of this. But there's my old land on your leg, standing in front of that. Right. Few bees in there, I'm going to put them, hang them back in that box just in case the queen has run down. I'm pretty sure she has. The difference with not having to shake bees off combs, very few bees on the outside of that colony, and if anything that one's certainly as strong as this other one, possibly stronger, and I mean a lot of them have gone in now, but yeah. Just gone through number 40 here, and last time I swapped positions, 40 with 90, and 90 is one I've done a top split on. That's 90 under there. So these two, I transferred the positions. That had 10 frames of brood, 90. 40 only had 2. And obviously when you swap them, there's the concern that 40 came here and took all the flying bees that were on 90. And there's always a concern that the queen's going to come to some harm with that sudden influx of strange workers. But it usually works. It always, just about always works. And here, there's brood on those 7 frames here. Those extra 5 frames of brood, proof that the queen's been okay. She's fine. Some of these bees are working on seed rape. Yellow pollen, yellow dots on the face of some of them. There, the brick red pollen. Horse chestnut, conker tree. She's having a fight. Doesn't seem to know where she wants to be. You usually see the bees doing this waggle dance on the combs inside the hive, just communicating to her mates the direction and distance to a new food source she's found. I'm also noticing a few very dark shiny bees. Could be robber bees or possibly suffering from paralysis virus. Magnificent specimen here of a horse chestnut tree, the conker tree. Fully in flower. Those groups of flowers, I think they're called candles, they do sort of resemble candelabra. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This is a big old tree. I've known this tree all my life. I used to come past it on the school bus when I was a lad. Look at those, beautiful.